Welcome to my channel. My name is Luna Affinity and I'm an energy reader and channeler. Sit back, get cozy, and get ready for some readings. Hello. Girly Tarot, hello and welcome in. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well today. We are going to kick this thing off with some free reads. So if you guys have any yes or no questions you'd like to ask, feel free to do so now. Then after that, we will work on donations. Hey, Rising, welcome in. How are you today? Made a little smoothie to have something nice to sip on while I'm doing readings today. All right, this one is for Rising Storm. Here's a strawberry banana with a little bit of pineapple. Rising Storm, will Rising Storm's money get better in the near future? Please show me a yes or a no for Rising. Rising, I'm getting a yes. It's a little baby yes. So I am getting better finances, better financial situations, but maybe it either takes time or it's not as big as you're expecting very soon. Yeah, really good. I've been trying to do like smoothie supplements as far as like meal replacements lately, just because I feel like my body handles protein shakes and smoothies much better digestion wise. So I've been incorporating those a little bit more, and plus they're delicious. I think so too, honestly. I really do. Does anyone else have any yes or no questions you'd like to ask tonight? While I wait, I'm just going to pre-shuffle some of my decks. All right, Alexandra. Alexandra, did John think that I was not being loyal when I said that I was starting to see someone else? Did John think that Alexandra was not being loyal? Alexandra, it looks like a no. I don't think that he thought that. Hey, Amy, welcome in. Just because he didn't think you were like not being loyal doesn't mean that he wasn't upset about it or unhappy about it, you know. But I don't think not being loyal may have been the right terminology. You're welcome. All right, this is for Haley. Will I get a job on LinkedIn this year when I upload my certificates? Will Haley get a job on LinkedIn this year when she uploads her certificate? I am getting a yes for you, Haley. Amy says, does Nick think of me sexually? Does Nick think of Amy sexually? Yes, we got a yes for you, Amy. Rising Storm, I got your donation, girl. Thank you. You'll be first on my donation list, okay? You're welcome, everyone. Well, that's a fun question. All right, let's see. Will Joe Biden get kicked out of his pregnancy? Interesting. So the rods are moving almost like a maybe, but they are crossing. So I think something's going on that would lead to this. Yes. Yeah. Let's hope, though. Seriously. Let's hope. I don't have any like strong political opinions, but like I do have good intuition of who's not supposed to be there. And I don't think he's supposed to be there. Hey Ray, welcome in. How are you? Right, I was just saying the same thing about him. Right. Rose Tarot. Let's take a look for you there. Girly Tarot. Well, my next pictures I post make Noah envious when he sees them. That is a yes for you, Girly Tarot. Ray, will Jerry realize he made a wrong judgment? Oh, I think that's a yes, Ray. It was a maybe at first, but it turned into a yes. So I do feel like something's happening in real time. This may be affecting him now. All right, we got another donation. If you guys have yes or no questions, make sure you guys are posting them. Let's see. Beautiful love, I will be right with you. All right, beautiful love. Does CV like me more than friends? That's a yes, beautiful love. Forgotti, does Deba John miss me? Forgotti, I'm getting a no. I'm getting a no for that one. All right, guys, we have about 4 minutes left of the free list. Get your questions in now. If you have not asked a question tonight, make sure you get your questions in. And if you are new to me tonight, this does not apply to you. If the free list is closed, I will still answer a question for you. Jade Sanders, Rising, oh man, now I want some sweet potatoes. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Sweet potatoes are so good. All right, so Jade Sanders. Interesting. Well, I have 5 girls and 1 boy. Jade, I'm getting a no for you on that one. Do you have kids already? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of like picking up like that's too many kids. Um yeah, too many and it might not happen exactly the way like you're asking. All right, so about 2 minutes left of the free list and we will be moving on to donations. First up we have Rising Storm and then we have Amy. Too many kids. Yeah, that's what I was getting. Like I heard Spirit say like that's more than like she's planned for or something. Um, so that might be more than what actually will happen. All right, guys, 57 seconds, and then we're moving on to donations. If you are new to me tonight, meaning that you just subscribed for the first time, I will honor a free yes no for you. I am also trying to increase my goal as far as my sub count. So we recently hit 1K. Love that. My next goal that I have set is 1.1. We are well on our way, but your help is appreciated. So if you bring a friend to my channel, I will give you a free micro reading and your friend will get a free yes no. So if you haven't had the funds to get a reading from me, you have to allocate that elsewhere, but you're looking for something essentially. If you bring a friend to me, I will give you a micro reading. That includes 3 cards, and then your friend can get a free yes no from me. So win 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 all the way around. If you're interested in referring me out, let me know. And as long as your friend joins and subs at that time and sticks around, then we will get the free readings done. Perfect. All right, so free list has closed. Thank you guys so much for participating in that. Those are always fun to do. We are now going to work on our donations and we'll start with Rising. So, Rising, I think you're still here, but if you can just check in with me really quickly just to let me know that you definitely are here and we will get to shuffling for you. Perfect. All right, let's see your question. All right, first out, Ace of Swords, then Five of Swords. You're welcome. So I'm hearing that whatever happens before you move will be carried over or conveyed. They're explaining to me like something conveying, which if you aren't like aware of what I'm trying to say is that whatever starts up before you leave will continue. So essentially what they're showing me is a communication or connection conversation needs to be established first in order for that pursuit to continue to happen. So I'm going to look into first, is he going to establish a connection before you move, because that will give us our answer. um, I'm almost hearing them say, like, if he doesn't, then he won't. If he does, then he will. So if he does establish a connection before you move, he will pursue you. If he does not, he will not. So let's see, Spirit. Is he going to establish a connection with, ooh, interesting. Is he going to establish a connection with Rising Storm before she moves, please? Right, so if you can't see, that's the Devil, the King of Cups, the Star, the King of Swords, and Temperance. Hmm. You know, I was a little bit nervous at first to see the devil come out when I asked that question, because I was like, maybe that's a no. Maybe that means that this isn't going to happen. But as I look at the rest of the cards, they are all very positive, and I'm starting to think that spirit just wanted me to be shown the devil because of the attachment that he has to you. So, I suppose what I will ask, or what I will say, not what I will ask, what I will say is, I do feel like a connection. Yes, I do feel like a connection will be established. Therefore, I do feel like something will convey, which means that I feel like there will be some type of pursuit here. Oh, this is complicated. I feel confident in what I'm saying, but there's also this like undertone of, well, we haven't seen that yet, so I don't want to get it too ahead of myself. I do feel like with the Ace of Swords here, this is representing breakthroughs in communication. Mhm. I do like to see the kings and the emperor here because it does make me feel like he is maturing. That he is, I don't know, it's like signs of maturity that he's gonna approach this in like a very wise, mature, whatever, insert a, like etc. word into that. Um, mm. And I do see with the star it's saying to have hope with this. Huh. This is a tricky question, Rising. You usually feel so sure. I feel like there is success here though, because the 6 of Hey Tracy, thank you for the donation. I'll add you to the list. Um, we do see the Six of Wands here, which talks about recognition, like you feeling seen by this person and feeling like success has been achieved. Like basically, you guys have reached a goal or a milestone. Hmm. I guess my only hang up with this reading is that whether or not he will choose whether or not he will choose the move as an obstacle. Will he let it serve him as a block or will he push past it? Like that's kind of like my thought process is like is he going to allow this to be something that stops him because it's perceived to be harder or will he use this as something that lights a fire underneath him? Like I almost feel like this still isn't decided yet. Is I don't know, is it because are you have you moved yet? Like is or have you decided to move or do you have like actual plans to move? There's still a lot of cloudiness over this reading right now. You heard that he wanted a sexual connection too. Interesting. Hmm. We have the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Typically, those are more lust cards. Yeah, I'm almost wondering if that's why there's so much like variables here because if you don't know when you're moving, a lot can happen between then. And maybe Spirit is saying like there's not enough groundedness, like there's not enough like decisiveness yet for us to answer. So I feel most Spirit is saying like anything can happen, anything can happen. But okay, so they're saying like 60-40. Like they're saying 60% chance he will establish a connection and pursue you, 40%. So I think they have more faith in him. Yes, they have more faith in him than I guess doubt in him. Um, but I think he's so like always on the fence here. It's like so hard to pin him down. Yeah, so, like, I almost feel like Spirit is saying, like, come back to this question once plans are in movement, like, in momentum and action, once plans have been put to action, like, once you know for a fact you're moving and you have a date and all that stuff, they can probably better perceive, like, what will happen because for all we know, like, he won't have time to establish a connection beforehand if you have to move quickly. Um, I think it also too, they're saying it depends on if he gets word of this or wind of this in enough time before you actually go. So I think that it's important, Rising Storm, that when you find out, like, let's just say it's November 1st. Like, let's just say you go, okay, I'm moving November 1st. Find a way for him to get wind of that you're moving. I don't know. Be on the phone with someone when you see him and have a conversation and say, like, yeah, I'm planning on moving on November 1st. That way he knows as he's walking by. Like, I just feel like he needs to have enough time to know what's going on. I feel like if he sees you as you're moving out and he hasn't established a connection, he's just going to use that as a crutch to say, oh, this is my sign. She's leaving. It's not meant to be. So somehow, some way, he needs to hear about this in advance and have enough time to collect and gather himself. Wow, that's such a long time to be waiting, Rising Storm. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's difficult. Yeah, you're welcome. I wish I could give you more certainty, but I also, as a reader, don't want to sit here and like feed you bullshit. So, I feel like they're saying I have hope in him. I think that he will. I think that he would. But like the main thing they're saying is like he needs enough time. I guess ultimately, at the end of the day, if he sees you for the first time moving the day that you've got a U-Haul in front of your place, I feel like that leaves a very slim chance for him to establish a connection with you. It's not impossible, but he may allow that to be a sign that he shouldn't pursue this or something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So next up we have Rising, before I let you go, do you have any like follow-up questions for me in regards to that? Since I wasn't really able to fully answer your question. Tracy. All right. I updated the donation list. Rising Storm, when will she be able to move? Can you please give me a tarot timing? When will she be able to move? Tarot timing. All right, so we have 17, Aquarius season. The number 17 might be important here, or the number 8. Okay, so let's see. The star says January to February, girl. So is this of 2024? Is this the 2024 January to February of 2024? Yeah, Aquarius season. All right, we are getting a yes. Ace of Pentacles. We also have Ace of Swords falling out of the deck as well. So that is my best guess as far as the ability to be in your new place by the beginning of next year. All right, Rising, that's what I've got for you, girl. Thank you so much. Next up is Amy for message cards. You're welcome, Rising. Absolutely. Well, there's your confirmation. Message cards from Nick. I want to see if we can get some truth or something through the message cards, if that's possible. Well, we can shuffle and see what we've got. After that, we have Tracy. Tracy, if you're here, you're more than welcome to post your question. I am ready for it. Thanks again, Rising Storm. Ten message cards from Nick. What are some truths that Nick is feeling when it comes to Amy? Interesting. So the first thing that's coming through without even the message cards is, well, he's saying I want you so badly. But what I was hearing was him saying, I always want you to be attracted to me. So I guess like despite what happens, he's saying I want you to be attracted to me. And he's saying I want you so badly. I can't be with you. I know that I crossed the line with you. That's come out before. Again, we feel like this card means that he didn't go about things the right way, and he wished he could have changed that despite him feeling like it was the best way to do it. He still like is a little regretful about that. I know I was a distraction from your pain, so that's interesting. You did just come off from a relationship with him, or when you started talking to him, you just did come out of a relationship. So it's very possible that he was feeling a little bit scared or a little bit worried about that, wondering like if this connection was real. He's saying, I want to be more than friends. We have, I admire you. Tracy, if you're here, I am ready for your question, my dear. Okay, so he says, I wonder if you are happy without me. I can't stop thinking about you. Oh shit, girl. Maybe something has changed with him. Maybe he is thinking about you more lately. We'll see. We'll see. You know, this could also be his higher self too that's coming through, telling you the truth that he's not able to tell you right now. Messages from Amy. I feel you leaving me behind. That's interesting. That's very interesting. These two came out at the same time. The timing just wasn't right for us. Ooh. I think he's upset about this. I think he knows that it was right for him, but I think he's worried. He's kind of saying, like, I wish, Tracy, I got your question. Thank you. He's saying, like, I wish that that my life could keep going. Well, that's an interesting message. I wish my life could keep going while your life paused, because I feel like he's trying to catch up with where he feels he needs to be at to meet you. But the thing is that he feels like if your life keeps going and his life keeps going, eventually you're going to move away from him. And he is like, I want to just catch up. So I think that what he hopes is like, if this is you and this is him, he wishes that you guys weren't moving like this. He wishes that your life was on pause and he was moving so that he can meet you and then you can unpause and move forward together. So it's actually an interesting message. Last message for Amy. I am becoming a better person. At the bottom of the deck, he says, I find you so attractive. All right, so he definitely has some regrets. I feel like he feels like he's messing things up left and right. All in all, I do feel like he thinks he made the right decision. I just keep having to say that to you. However, it doesn't mean that it doesn't suck. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't mean that he wants you to necessarily move on without him. But the timing didn't feel right. All right. So, Amy, that is what I've got for you. Yeah, I think that is a good mentality to have for sure. Absolutely. All right. So this is for, you're welcome, Amy. Thank you for the donation, girl. All right, so this is for Tracy. Tracy, I'm gonna go grab a water really quickly and I'll be right back. My mouth is just like really dry for some reason. So I'm gonna shuffle for you in just a second. All right, I'm back. Thank you so much for your patience. Will you please provide me with any messages Spirit wants or needs me to know? Let's see. Ah, maybe this is shuffled enough. What messages, Spirit, do you want Tracy to know right now, please? Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So first out, we have the Knight of Wands. This can be a very exciting time, very exciting. This can be talking about you and your personality, passionate, enthusiastic, opinionated, going for what they want, kind of thing. I feel like Spirit's kind of being here saying like, don't be hasty. Don't make quick decisions just based on how you're feeling. Come back to them, think them through. I don't think Knight of Wands characteristic is to be an overthinker. I think it's more to like go by what you're feeling and then base your decision off of that, which can be quite impulsive. So that doesn't mean in every area of your life you could be an overthinker when it comes to finances, but be impulsive in your love life, vice versa, or you could just generally be like, I don't know. But essentially, maybe Spirit's just trying to say right now at this time, just think things through. I feel like you have a lot of options available to you, but maybe not the perfect ones. Like I feel like there's match, 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 but I'm not seeing perfect match. And so Spirit is saying like don't get distracted by all the options or all the different ideas or all the different things that come to you because sometimes you might have all of these divine downloads that says, oh, I should do this. Oh no, I should do this. Oh, I should do this. You might have the type of personality that's hard to stick to something and like it might be hard for you to just stick with one thing. And Spirit is saying like that's totally fine, but don't get distracted by all the like ideas or all the different options that you have because there are better ones available to you. Don't go for like don't get distracted by the amount of options. Go for the best option. Essentially, you're welcome, Tracy. Of course. So that's like the first thing that I'm seeing here. in regards to that. Let's see. What does Tracy need to know? Oh, interesting. Okay. These two are together. Okay. That seems like the obvious answer. So I just want to verify with you what resonates for you specifically. But when I see the Knight of Cups and the Five of Cups together, it makes me feel like you're not very excited about your love life. You're not very excited or enthusiastic or hopeful about your romantic life. So if that resonates for you, just confirm for me because there are some messages here. I just want to make sure that I'm on the right track with that because that is a very obvious answer for that reading. But generally speaking, it can just mean that there's something that you're not very excited about in your life that you wish you had more enthusiasm for or inspiration for. No, that's okay, Tracy. Um, let's see. We also have the Queen of Swords. So I am getting Spirit is saying kind of like pat on the back, give yourself a round of applause because I'm seeing maturity here. Either you're growing wiser. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. I'll come back to this in a second. The love life situation, Tracy, they are saying I am not enthusiastic about my love life whatsoever. And that actually makes me laugh because you're going, love life? What one? I don't have one at all. So essentially, Spirit is like, I guess, acknowledging the fact that you feel very much like not excited about this aspect or this category of your life. Um, I am seeing here that are you a student? Are you learning something new? I almost feel like there's some type of training going on, and I don't know if this is like a soul level training or if this is like a very literal, I'm going to school, I'm working, or I'm training for something. Like, I almost feel like you're acquiring skills or knowledge. Spirit is saying you're maturing. Maybe this means you're going to be going back to school if you're not in school now or learning a new trade or a new skill. Something here, Spirit is saying, if you've been wanting to pick something up, if you are in school, Spirit saying keep with this. If you are not and you've been thinking about learning something new, keep on with that, even if it's on a soul level, a spiritual level. I feel like what I'm seeing here is getting wise. Swords has to do with like wisdom and mental strength and intelligence. And I'm seeing here with the page and the queen, it's like there's this evolution here, there's this growth within you in that regard, which is very cool to see. I definitely feel like spirit is saying and urging you to pursue any passions that you may have, excitement. I do feel like people who have a lack of passion or a lack of creativity in their life, they tend to lead more dull lives. So if there is something that can get your juices flowing and get you excited, a new hobby or a new project or a new interest, something along those lines, I think is going to serve you in the long run. Um, hmm, what else am I getting here? I have a master's degree in shoes, cheese, and I says, oh, a carpenter. That is so cool, Tracy. I love that. That is very, very cool. You don't really hear about that anymore. Oh man, that would be a skill I would love to have. That is very cool. Well, hopefully you're exploring a lot of your passions. Um, hopefully carpentry is a passion of yours, fingers crossed, and that you can serve that as a creative outlet or utilize that as a creative outlet. I do feel with the Seven of Wands, this could be you feeling like you've had to settle a lot in life, and at this point, you're done with that. Like, you want to stand your ground and defend your beliefs. Maybe you feel like you constantly have to defend yourself to people, or you've been in a position to need to defend yourself, and like you don't want to have to do that anymore. You just want to be in a place where people support you and care about you. And I feel like Spirit is saying that is absolutely the route that you need to go. I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, this is talking specifically about work. So with that, I do feel like good opportunities. I don't know if you like do like contract out or how that works. Um, but I feel like some opportunities coming along that you can take a look at to decide if it's a good fit for you. But that will bring in maybe new money for you. I do feel like it would be really good for you, Tracy, to explore the depths of your subconscious. Um, I don't know how comfortable you feel doing that, but you can get like shadow book journals offline. You can do like meditative practices. You can just pay attention to what triggers you in your day to day life and say to yourself, hmm, that's highlighting something that I need to work on. If that's what I tell people, like one of the main things, hey Ray, thank you. One of the main things about like digging in deeper and doing shadow work is the triggers are they are so obvious in front of your face, people don't even realize. So maybe work on some things that are going on deep down within you, the way that you react to things. If something triggers you, something that someone says offends you, understand that part of yourself on a deeper level as to why that thing might bother you. I definitely, so Tracy, I love that. And I think that it's important that you explore that spirituality, maybe spirits acknowledging this, because there was something here about learning more about something or digging in deeper about something here, and digging in more into your intuition. So that could be like a green light for you as well. Um, hmm. Hmm. Okay, so overall, I just feel like this may be a period of change. I'm not saying like, oh my God, this is a turning point. Your whole life is going to be different. I don't feel that, but I do feel like there's like micro changes here that are happening within you. Um, and so I guess just be open and ready for that. Be ready to be decisive, but there's a difference between decisive and impulsive. So keep that in the back of your mind. Um, this card here, the Page of Pentacles, talks a lot about like learning a new skill, which is kind of where I was leading into here towards the end of your reading. So if you want to develop your intuition further, there's great things you can do. You can learn tarot or other tools of divination. You can meditate, and you can journal. Like I said, there's a lot of like journaling, shadow work journaling that you can do. One of my favorite forms of intuition exercises is to do those little intuition tests. They'll have them on like reels or YouTube videos or Instagram posts. Like there's just different ones where hmm, it'll say like, this is so simple, but it'll be like, guess what color is in my hand? Guess what color? And like you have to think to yourself, like, what color do you think it will be? And you might think to yourself, blue, and then you realize that it's yellow, and you're like, shoot, I should have gone with yellow because that was my first thought. Green. So they have intuition tests So that way you can like think in your head like what color. Um, so I don't know, just different ways to where you can figure out how to trust your intuition more is always good. Just figure out what feels right and best to you. Those are the general messages that I was getting for you. Did you have any questions about that? But they have a lot of like intuition tests like that similarly. And it always like reminds me that I need to go with my first guess. The first thing that came into my mind, what was that? And then that is my answer. And if I second guess myself, that's just my ego now coming in there and trying to block my intuition. That's so crazy. See? There's a lot of like fun exercises like that online that you can do as well. Another fun one that me and my cousin have done is that I'll talk to her and I'll be like, okay, describe someone in your life that I've never met before. And she'll say their name. And then I just sit there and think about it and try to see, does a hair color come to mind? Does a personality trait come to mind? And I'll try to describe this person. And sometimes with certain details you're wrong, but most of the time you're right, and you're like, "Oh crap, I've never met this person before. I don't know anything about this person." And we'll do like intuition exercises like that with each other sometimes. There's like a lots of things that you can do. It's a lot of fun. You're welcome. Absolutely. All right, Tracy, you have a great rest of your night. We are going to move on to looks like Ray. Ray donated through PayPal. Ray, if you are ready, I am ready. Perfect. Well, have a good rest of your night, Tracy. Taka, I got your donation. So Ray is first and then Taka. Taka, feel free to hang around. If you're not able to, you can leave your questions with me. What is causing Jerry to change his stance on the situation? Hmm. Ray, is this a 10 card reading? I'm kind of picking up that there's someone here that's making Jerry feel very welcome, very included, very much like a part of the group or part of the team. There's something here where it's saying like he's viewing the grass greener elsewhere and that he's feeling like a bond or a commitment with someone else. So that's interesting. So I don't know if like someone's making him feel more included, um, or feeling more welcome elsewhere. Uh, Someone may have changed his mind. I feel like there's information that they have received that has made them maybe decide to change their stance. Whether this is true or false information, I'm not sure. But basically, there's some information that's been brought to light that is making this person think differently. I feel like he's kind of contemplating what's going on and maybe considering a different position here. Hmm. I feel like this was like a sudden change of thought, though. Like, I think this was something that kind of like, I don't think this is something he really thought about too much initially. I think he was just like, oh, okay, well, in that case, then this is how I feel. And it was like a very quick change. I do feel like now that he's made this decision or like this change in thought process, I do feel like now he's taking the time to think about it a little bit more. Maybe there's like contemplation or reflection going on here. I do feel like he may want to take a step back from the situation to reevaluate. I think he also may feel he was a little hasty at first. So this may, I don't know. I think he's saying, I want to think on this for a little bit. I don't want to, like, yeah, I was quick to change my mind, but now that I've had some time, I kind of want to take a step back and think on this. Um, Here, I do feel like to answer your question is that maybe his perspective was changed. The Hanged Man. So why the Hanged Man is so interesting as far as like changing someone's perspective on a situation is because you think about we walk around the world upright all day, right? We walk around with our feet at the bottom and our head at the top. When you hang upside down, when you lay your head back and you see something from upside down, or you hang upside down on a swing or upside down from a pole, the world looks different to you. And that's why they say with the Hanged Man, it's a change in perspective. So I do feel like whatever was mentioned to him or stated to him has essentially made him look at things differently. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for right now. We can pull some more cards on a related question if you like. Oh, his assistant talked to him about the truth of the situation. Interesting, interesting. He was believing a lot of people he asked about yesterday. So yeah, so like this actually is making a lot of sense. I feel like though he wants to bow out though. I think now that he knows the truth, he's kind of like, okay, but I really don't want to be involved necessarily. Like maybe he has to be involved, maybe the situation requires him to be involved. But I do feel like at this point, because he, I guess, was wrong initially, and now he knows he was wrong, and now he's like changing his mind here. I think he's just like, you know what? I kind of just want to gracefully remove myself from the situation. I don't think he necessarily wants to be a part of the drama anymore. But something tells me he feels like he's on the right side now, though. So I don't know. All right, Spirit. Why did he believe it in the first place? Hmm. Okay. I honestly could be way off base here. I could be completely wrong. And I don't know if you even know the answer to this, but something is saying like because he's known them longer. Like I'm almost hearing like either we go way back or because I've known this person longer, I chose to believe them without really digging into finding out further information. Either that or he feels like he knows them better than you. He knows these other people better than you. And so that could be why. But something about like already establishing a connection that is more familiar than his with you or something. I don't know. It's interesting. Um, hmm. I feel like this other person has a way with words that seem very believable, very persuadable. I feel like this person that he believed is it like influential, can influence very easily. And so for him, it was just like, oh, it goes without saying, I'm just going to believe them. Um, Maybe now he's like thinking to himself, I probably shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have taken a stance or taken someone's side so quickly. Is it possible that he has a stronger connection with this other person than he does with you, or that he feels like he knows them better than he does you? Because like you can know someone your whole life and still not feel like you know them. You know what I mean? I've known someone. I can think of someone right off the top of my head that I've known since I was like 12 years old, and I don't feel like I know literally anything about them besides their name. So and like basically their relationship. But I just feel like maybe it's possible that he feels like his connection with this other person is stronger than his connection with yours or something. I don't know. There's something here with Six of Cups that talks about like a familiar bond or something that would lean him into siding with someone else outside of you. So I don't know. Maybe they talk more. Maybe they communicate more. We have the Three of Pentacles, and that a lot of times can talk about like collaborations or community or coming together conversationally with the Ace of Swords there. Maybe her reputation precedes her and he just felt like she's the type of person who like you should side with or you should believe. Yeah, I think a lot of yeah, a lot of times people like that, they can let the ass kissing get to their head for sure. It's almost like there's a connection here with this person based on shared experiences or history. Maybe they just communicate more or they communicate similarly. I feel like this person, though, you said he's a pastor, which is actually very interesting, Ray. You said it's a pastor. So the fact that he said, "I now that I've seen both sides, I wanna bow out of this," makes a lot of sense because I don't think he wants the drama around him anymore. He kinda, like, doesn't wanna be a part of this at all, and that may be because with his position of power, he should have remained biased. He should have I mean, sorry, objective. He shouldn't have taken bias, but he did, or he feels like he did, and that could be why he's like, "Oh, now I need to, like, really reflect on myself because I am human, but I made a quick decision and I shouldn't have." made a decision that quickly. So now I'm contemplating and reflecting on this, and now I'm kind of like, I need to take a step back from the situation. And the thing is that people who have a horrible reputation, um, I don't know. I mean, we can't really speak on the fact that like we don't know what his relationship with her is. That's the thing. We don't know what his connection to her is. Even if other people don't think she's a good person, maybe that made him feel more inclined to believe her, because if he is a pastor, he might feel like, I don't want someone to feel singled out or left out. So if she has a bad reputation, then maybe his heart went out to her and felt like he needed to, like, I don't know, assist her through it. I'm not quite sure. I don't really know. We don't know what his relationship with her is. Will he admit he's wrong? Let's see. Will he admit he's wrong? Taka, you can post your question. We admit he's wrong. We do have a yes. 7 of Pentacles. Things coming to fruition. Hard work paying off. So I am getting a yes, Ray, on that one. I think that he will admit that he was wrong and that he shouldn't have made such quick judgments. But I do feel like he's going to try to take the diplomatic way out. So he's probably not going to further elaborate. And I don't think he's going to try to insert himself further into this either. I think that he might say, forgive me for making such decisions, but I think I don't know. I think if you try to explain your side to him, he's going to feel like that's getting more involved than he wants to be. So just don't be surprised if he's very like disconnected from your feelings about it. Because I feel like he's going to try to take a very diplomatic stance, if that makes sense on this. Because he still wants to be in good standing with everyone else. Hey, Lorraine, how are you tonight? What were Saj's thoughts when he saw that I didn't come to class today? I just got home from grocery shopping. That's a late grocery shop. Doing good, doing good. Busy day for us tomorrow. But I'm sure y'all will see me tomorrow night. I'll probably be wrapping up this live stream soon-ish. I'm scanning these cards right now, Taka. So the one thing that's standing out to me the most, bought a banana nut bread candle and it smells, oh my god, I love banana nut bread. It's literally my favorite kind of sweet bread. Number 1 favorite. Um, is the Empress. The Empress is standing out to me a lot here, and the Empress can talk a lot about maybe, I don't know, maybe wondering, oh, okay. So the Empress is like a nurturing card, right? So maybe he was thinking maybe about you or revolving around you in like a nurturing or caring manner, like essentially wondering if you were well or if there's any concerns, maybe wondering if you were okay, kind of like just being concerned about you in that way, possibly. I think that they were hoping to see you. The Page of Cups indicates believing in the impossible. It indicates that he maybe have feeling like emotional or open to a new experience or connection with you and hoping to see you. And then like maybe he was let down or a little bit disappointed. I do feel like they're feeling a sense of mystery around your absence and like definitely wondering your reasons, definitely wanting to know why you weren't there. And it's very possible that they were thinking multiple different things, like maybe something happened to her with her car, maybe she's sick, maybe she ran into a friend or she's visiting family out of town. Like I think there was a lot of stuff going on in his mind of like what could it have been, why you weren't there, and maybe even juggling his own feelings about the fact that he hasn't seen you. Maybe it made him become more aware of like, oh, I actually didn't realize like how much I actually wanted to see this person. Um, hmm, let's see. He said, yes, I understand you. Hey, Paula, welcome in. Welcome in, girl. I feel as though even though they were surprised about like, "Oh my god, I actually did wanna see this person," it's like I'm thinking about it a lot more than I actually, like, thought that I would or care to. I think he's recognizing he's a little bit more attached to you than he maybe initially thought. Alda, I got your donation, thank you. I think that also in addition to that, now the devil talks about obsession. I don't think he's obsessed, but I will say that maybe this distracted him. Your absence did distract him in class because he was preoccupied with like thoughts of you and wondering where you were and like realizing that he wasn't going to see you. I'm almost getting like at first he just thought you were late and then he realized like a little while into it that you just weren't coming. That's kind of like what I'm being told. Um, so he still had hope. Like he didn't see you, he was a little disappointed. And then like once he realized like a good 15 minutes in or whatever, however long in, he was like, oh wait, oh okay, so she's just not coming today. And then I think that just distracted him a little bit during the class. I do feel like with the justice and the fool here, I feel like the fool kind of leaves the class on, like, a happy note, though. I think that he was thinking to himself, "Well, chances are if she wasn't here today, she'll be here next time." So, I think he kinda just was like, "Ah, I'll see her again, and it's okay," and I think he just was I think in at the end of the day, he was fine. He was fine with it, but I think yeah, I think it did distract me quite a bit. Or I said it did distract me, oh my god, I'm, like, channeling him. It did distract him quite a bit. That's so funny. Alright, the second question is his next actions when I see him. That's hilarious. Sometimes they do that to me. I did this with a Rising Storm last night, and I was like, "Yeah, she's telling me blah 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 blah." I was like, "Wait, she? Like, I don't even know where that came from." And I'm like, "Okay, well, we just found something out that one of your spirit guides is a feminine energy," and that made me laugh because I'm just like, sometimes the stuff will just pop out of my mouth, and I don't know how or why, or it surprises me and I'm like, what the hell? Where did that come from? M wins. You donated. All right, let me update the donation list so that everyone knows where they are. M wins. Welcome in. Have you been here before? Paula, I have your question. I am going to put Taka on the list, but we are wrapping up Taka's last question right now. But just so you guys can see where you are on the list, I'm going to show that on the screen here. Paula, I have your question in regards to the lover or lovers. Thank you for posting early. You'll be next. You're welcome, Paula. All right. What are his next actions towards Taka? What are his next actions towards Taka? Of course, Paula, of course. All right, next action. I get very drawn to this amethyst during this reading for some reason. Amethyst is related to the crown and third eye chakra, which has to do with divine knowledge and intuition. I'm interested as to why. It's also like the color, the purple color here. All right. I feel like with the King of Cups, let's just start kind of here. The King of Cups talks about like approaching things in an emotional, mature, sensitive way. So he may try to show you or demonstrate to you an understanding or a care for you. So he might acknowledge like Oh, you were looking at the amethyst? That's so crazy. I got you, girl. Thank you. Yeah, I was just like very drawn to that for some reason. So like he may approach you in a like a lighthearted way, but like to show you he cared or he noticed and be like, hey, like we missed you last class, or hey, where were you last class? Like everything okay? That kind of thing. Just kind of like showing you like a curious, a sweet, curious gesture of like care, I guess you could say, or concern. I feel like with the lovers, he's here to strengthen your bond, and he may be looking forward to the future or planning something with you related to the connection. So this is good. This is good. Strengthening bonds, working towards the future. This could be asking you out or like a little date or like a little coffee date. I do feel like he wants to focus on long term connection with you. Like he's here for stability. The Ten of Pentacles means that like he wants to find a way to further this connection so that it is lasting. I do feel like he's approaching this in a way where he wants, I hear him saying, like, I want to do it slowly because I am still dealing with past issues and it may be like emotional baggage or something that he's like, I need to kind of like find a way to let that go and let that be in the past. And maybe him coming to you and asking you on like a little coffee date or a group hangout or something that kind of furthers his connection is like a big milestone for him. It's like a big step for him to do that because maybe this is like the first time he's done something like this in a while. I do feel like he'll try to find common ground with you, maybe dig in a little bit to find interest. I feel like there's certain things that he'll do, Taka, during that class that you're gonna be like, oh, yeah, this is definitely more like he's noticing my outfit or he's making a comment on my hair or he's noticing that I wasn't here. Like he's definitely going to be doing things like with his body language and even the things that he says that's going to make you go, if this were just a guy who was uninterested, he wouldn't be saying or doing these things. And so I feel like you're going to get gestures from him during your next connection that are going to show you or demonstrate to you that he's kind of like feeling the same way. You know what I mean? Now, I do feel like, again, with the Eight of Cups and then down here, we have the Nine of Swords, that he may feel like he has some worries or anxieties that he'll need to address or settle before your meeting. But I do feel like he will want to approach this with confidence and even like enthusiastic or possibly take like the lead in this relationship to kind of like say, hey, I can be the man here and I can make these decisions and ask you to be part of them, but I can take the lead here. Uh, let's see. I do feel like generally you want things to go well within your connection. I feel like with the tower, this is signifying a sudden change and his actions reflecting this, like a sudden significant shift or transformation in your dynamic, the way that this reading is ending off. So yeah, girl. All right, girl. You are so, so very welcome for that. Let's go ahead and shuffle and get on to Paula. All right, Paula wants to know about her romantic life. if you're here, if you can check in with me, please. Perfect. All right. It looks like I was muted somehow. I don't know why. I don't know why I was muted. Okay, so Paula, I don't know how much of that you heard, so I'm just gonna start over. I am getting that you have two people. I am getting that you have at least two people that are admiring you, that are like spying on you, secret admirer type stuff. Um, so the first person that I'm getting with the King of Cups is that this was someone that you either feel like you were a second choice or an option to him, or he felt like he was a second choice or option to you. So this is basically indicating that you know both of these people, these two people, you know both of them. I'm thinking one is someone who you may have been a little bit more involved with than the other. So one person is feeling, they're kind of acknowledging or showing that when they were interested in you, so this could be like a past relationship, when they were interested in you, you they were one of your options and you were deciding between them and someone else, or you felt like this person was deciding between you and someone else. And I feel like here with the Ace of Pentacles handed, I feel like he wanted you to choose him or you wanted him to choose you. It's the dynamic like that. This other person is someone you know but have never really given a full shot to, or you guys have never really gotten to see the full potential of the connection yet. But there are two people here. I do feel like one of them you know really well, and one of them you don't know that well, but I feel like you do know them both. Um, let me know if that's making sense so far for you while I work out the rest of these cards here. Okay, good. I'm glad this is making sense. I'm like trying to interpret this in the best way possible that I know how. I feel like there was a lot of feelings involved with these people, how they felt for you, how you felt for them. I'm getting like a lot of passion, attraction, like lust and sexual tension. Venus, oh my gosh, hello. How are you? Yeah, so there is someone from your past for sure that's admiring you. I feel like it's two people here. I feel like they have strong emotions towards you and that they may be wanting to express their feelings for you discreetly. So this does give secret admirer energy or like spying. I do feel like these two people have not openly declared their feelings for you. I feel like there's someone that has some regrets here, and the other person hasn't had a chance to tell you how they feel. I'm doing so good, Vetus. Oh my gosh, two lovers that you're torn between. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, let's see. I do feel like they may be struggling with how to approach you on this and that they're perceiving obstacles with expressing their feelings for you, maybe for fear of rejection. I do feel like someone's willing to step up a little bit more than the other person, step up in your relationship and offer you something real. I do feel like they are trying to manage their feelings. There's one person that I feel is a lot more in this than the other, but they're trying to manage their feelings when it comes to you. I feel like they're doing their best, but they do feel like a choice or an option here because they haven't gotten full commitment from you. You haven't fully declared your feelings for one of them. They are contemplating on how to move forward in pursuit of you as well. And I do feel like if there's someone in this connection, it might be both of them. I don't think it's both of them because I do feel like you know that one has good, strong feelings for you, but maybe they want to tell you more, maybe they want to express to you more. But I feel like the one person that hasn't really said as much or expressed as much to you yet is kind of preparing for a moment to reveal these feelings. So, yeah, Paula, that is what I've got for you on that question. Thank you for your donation. Vetus, I'm so glad to see you. It's been a minute. Thank you, Paula. Aw, so sweet. All right, next up we have M Wins. Is M Wins here? Oh, you're welcome, Paula. Of course. Thank you. You're the best. It was good seeing you again. Vetus, you will be after M, okay? You'll be next after this. Would you like, you donated enough for an in-depth reading? Would you like an in-depth reading or too many readings? Ah, awesome. Thanks, Vetus. Hey, I'm not sure if you heard me or not, but I just wanted to confirm that we're doing an in-depth reading for you. Is that correct? I see a strong bond in a relationship for you. So that could either be a current relationship that you already have right now if you're committed, or this could be a new bond that forms that becomes stronger over time. The lovers here indicates that your personal value systems are leading you to love. The choices that you make are leading you to love. So if you're in a relationship, this is a really good indicator that you're with a perfect person for you or a good person for you. Let's see. And if you're not, I feel like it just means that your heart is opening to a stronger connection or a stronger bond here. Um, the Ten of Swords is making me feel like you are ending a certain way of thinking in depth. Okay, I got it. You're ending a certain way of thinking. So you may find yourself stuck in a mental cycle of negative thought patterns or bad habits or something along those lines. And I do feel like that's coming to an end. It specifically has to do with the way that you view things or think of things, or your personal mental relationships with certain things. Seems to be making a change. I'm also seeing that there's a lot of stepping away from other people for maybe the remainder of the year, maybe like closer to like fall, winter. Cause I don't know if we've quite like, I don't know, summer's kind of over in September, but I don't, it's still hot. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like maybe towards like October, December ish, like times, I feel like I see you kind of hermiting out just a little bit, needing to kind of reserve your energy for the right people, um, and not necessarily like putting yourself in situations where you feel like you have to be fake. I kind of get that like authenticity is extremely important to you, and you just don't have time for like being fake and making fake things, doing fake things. I don't know how else to word that. My words are kind of like jumbled. Mercury retrograde. Yeah, it's okay. You're not the first person who has said your internet is lagging. It's totally fine. I feel like Mercury retrograde, well, when is that over? We've been dealing with that. Everyone's like having trouble with communication, with technology. Mercury retrograde over in 2023. This is our second one of the year. And it is over tomorrow. Hell yes, it's over tomorrow. Thank God. I'm so happy. All right. Because that shit's been strong for me. It's always like the second half of the year where Mercury retrograde really chews me out. So the presence of the lovers is indicating that you have some important decisions or choices in your personal relationship. Um, and I do feel like this is saying that before the end of the year, you're going to face significant relationship development. So, again, that's just kind of reiterating that if you're currently in a relationship right now that's committed and feels good to you, it's a good sign. This is the right relationship for you. I know, Vetus, I'm right there with you. And if you are single, I feel like Spirit is saying that like romantic relationships are developing for you or in development for you. Do not have self imposed limitations or restrictive thoughts. If you do, I feel like that will be coming to an end before the end of the year. You might notice limiting beliefs or mental patterns that like make you feel like, I don't know, girl, I don't know. You might think to yourself, God, I really hate hearing myself complain. I'm going to change that about myself. So then you like, you try to break that cycle. I'm not saying that's what you do. I'm just giving an example. I'm the type of reader that gives examples to help further understand what I'm trying to relate to you. I've had two close people in my life pass away all within the last 2 months. It's been tough mentally. Oh, I am sorry to hear that. Oh, my heart goes out to you. Like, that hurts. That really hurts. And I think here too with the Ten of Swords, that can indicate you feeling just kind of like over it, right? You're just like, I don't know. You either want to like speed up maybe life a little bit to where you can get back to like a better standing mentally, or I don't know, maybe you just want to kind of hermit out and just kind of, your social media is spent is kind of what I'm hearing. So would not be surprised that things kind of make you feel like you need to self isolate. Hmm. I do feel though there's a positive spin with the Ten of Swords and the Death card. Grief takes its own time. I'm not trying to rush your process, but I do want you to know this is a good sign here that throughout the rest of the year, you will start to feel a little bit more like the hard times are coming to an end, which is definitely good. The Death card talks about a transformation or a rebirth. So you may be going through personal changes yourself this year, leading to a fresh start. This could be I don't know. This could be so many things. This could be moving. This could be changing your hair, changing your style up. This could be taking on a new hobby. I mean, something that brings something good into your life after something bad has happened, um, is kind of what this is indicating here. Hmm. Now, the Queen of Wands, and I kind of feel like we're talking a little bit either towards the very end of the year or the beginning of next year when I say this, but the Queen of Wands embodies qualities of creativity and determination and leadership and confidence. And it's saying that you like might find yourself channeling that energy to pursue your passion or goals with more enthusiasm, more self esteem. I just feel like the main takeaway that I'm getting here is seclusion, reserve your energies for people that deserve it. Know that you have love here around you and for you. Um, Understand that you have this innate resilience and determination, and while you may encounter challenges and hardships, your ability to persevere is an asset for you, and this will carry you through the rest of the year and into the beginning of next year. I feel like you have a good head on your shoulders. You approach situations with good discernment, like you're able to make judgment calls very well and very like level-headed, and I feel like that's positive. Denise, yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Donations are still open. Paula, thank you for the donation. I will add you to the list. M says, I've been grieving, but I'm open to love to a specific person. Some days I feel it all, and some I am numb to the world. Oh, M, I'm sending you lots of love. I am sorry for both of your losses that you've experienced. My heart goes out to you in that situation. Only thing that I can offer as far as like any kind of solace is to know that, I don't know, it won't always be this hard, but that doesn't really help you right now. So Em, I know you're a little bit behind, so I'm just gonna post in the chat here. All right, so I know you're a little behind, but I hope this helps, and let me know if you have any questions. I am going to move on to our next donator here. Nyasia, hi, welcome in, girl, welcome in. All right, so we have Vetus is first, then we have Paula for another in depth, then we have Nyasia for what looks like to be an in depth, I think. And then we have Denise for a mini. Perfection. Let me update the donation list really quickly. SB, hello. Absolutely. Go for it. All right, let me update the donation list really quickly. Vetus, let me pop your question on the screen. I am going to go ahead and add SB to the list now while she makes her donation, just to make it easier for me as far as the donation list goes. All right. So everyone should see on the screen the order that I received the donations. Now, Asia, holding up well, you know, just living life, trying to get things done one day at a time. SB, I went ahead and added you to the list. Just send your donation when you can. Amen at living life. That's right. All right. So let's go ahead and shuffle really quickly. And we're going to move on to Vetus. If you guys are curious where you are on the list, I went ahead and put that on the screen. It's also in the chat as well. All right, Vetus, if you're here, if you can check in with me just really quickly. I just want to make sure that I don't have to timestamp your reading. Perfect, thank you. Just like an energy check-in between me and Calvin. Energy check-in. Is it raining? Hun. Hey Rishi, I'm sorry, no, we closed the free list after 15 minutes of being live. So if you have been a subscriber of mine, it's free to anyone, but the catch is that you have to get here early. So just make sure you turn your notifications on. And as long as you can get here before the free list closes, I'll answer a question for you, okay? But tonight it is closed. Thank you for checking in. You're welcome. Overall, Vedas, he has a positive view of you. Like he admires you, he appreciates your confidence, your intellect, your nurturing nature, your caring ways. And I do feel like you bring qualities to his life that he doesn't feel like he gets elsewhere. I do feel like this connection is built on mutual respect and admiration. I do feel like the Six of Swords coming out so quickly feels more like he's moving away from you than moving towards you. It's very interesting. I feel like he's still silent. He's still quiet. I think you can expect him to continue to be this way with you. The Four of Swords, kind of like in the last reading I was doing for M, is it's like indicating this need for self-isolation or reserving your energy and being more of a hermit and not being as social. And so, may not come as a surprise to you, but I feel like he's still in this place of like needing to find his own sanctuary. Like he wants to have his own peace. He doesn't want confusion. He wants clarity. He wants things to make sense. He doesn't want to, I feel like his main thing is he just doesn't want to be confused. Again, this is a connection based on mutual respect and admiration. So with that, it's like he does say good things. He does say that you exude a captivating energy. And I think at times he does feel that you bring in a sense of calm into his life. But I think that always comes with confusion for him. And I think for him, he's just in this place of like, I just want things to be easy. I don't want any hardships. I don't want any guilt or remorse or problems or uncertainty. I just want something that feels grounded and stable and sure. And I do feel like you bring in an air of, I don't know, a doubt maybe into his mind that he has not made the right decisions in life. And I feel like he's almost choosing to turn a blind eye to this connection because it is confusing for him. That's like the word that just keeps coming through. It's very confusing for him. And so he'd rather just like ignore it. He'd rather just like pretend like it's not there and hope that it sorts itself out, is essentially what I'm getting. Did you have any questions, Vetus? Okay, you're welcome, Vetus. All right, so next up we have Paola. Sarah, I got your donation. And I think that's where I'm going to have to leave it for the night, guys. So after SB, that will be my last reading. What I will do is I will honor, if anybody in here right now would like to add to their reading or wants to make a donation, I will honor it. But outside of that, I am going to close the list. So I won't be doing a last call today. I'll just be closing it.
It is right now.
It is? I thought it was. So again, one last time, I'm closing the list, but I will honor any add-ons or any people that are in here right now that want to make a donation. You can. But outside of that, I am going to close the list, okay? So let me disable all of my Nightbot, because Nightbot will be over here trying to tell y'all that I'm available to take donations when I'm not. All right, let's see. All right, perfect. And Paula is here. So Paula, you can post your question if you're ready. You can post it now. All right, Paula. So what we're going to do here is, let's see. All right, so I'm going to put a couple decks on the screen. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to say you have two people, right? So if you don't want to tell me their name or their initials or their sun sign or anything, that's okay. But in your head, I want you to assign a tarot deck to each person. So person A, whoever that is, oh, thanks, Naija. Person A, whoever that is, you're going to assign a tarot deck for them. So person A, the person you're thinking of in your head, do you want them to have pile 1, 2, 3, or 4? I feel like I'm doing a magic trick, guys. I feel like that's what I feel like. Like, do you want this one, this one, this one, or this one? Think of it in your head. Don't say it out loud. Am I the only one that finds myself entertaining? Okay, so CJ is pile 2. CJ is pile 2. Okay, got you. Now, the other person, person B, which pile? 1, 2, or 3? Alex is Aries. Okay. All right, pile 3. So 1, 2, 3. So Alex. All right, so we have CJ and we have Alex. All right. We're going old school with it, the way that Luna Affinity used to do these readings. Okay. So CJ.
CJ. Spirit, can you please give us some information on CJ? Let us know if he's a good person for Paula to be with, or what you would like to say about this person in regards to their connection. CJ, the Leo, please. Oh, you're dealing with 2 fire signs. Interesting, interesting. All right, same thing for Alex, please. Same thing for Alex. Interesting, interesting. Oh, the Hanged Man in both readings? What the hell? Girl. All right, so what they're showing me with Alex is like this person's kind of like a shot in the dark. You don't really know what you're going to get with them, and you kind of feel like you're just going, let's see if this works kind of thing. So it's a little bit hard with Alex because honestly, I don't know if the intrigue is actually there for this person. I feel like your interest is, they're holding your interest, but I almost feel as though it's like you're still not sure. You're still not sure. You know, I feel as though this person has your interest more. I feel like CJ is someone who you're more about. Like, I feel like CJ makes you feel sexy and like a badass, and like I feel like there is a lot of physical and sexual attraction with this person. The fact that you both have the Hangman is actually kind of crazy, which means that in either relationship you're sacrificing something. In either of these connections you're sacrificing something. I feel like with this person you're sacrificing commitment. I feel like you might even be sacrificing your heart, sacrificing maybe even your confidence. I feel like with this person, you're sacrificing that feeling, you know, like that feeling that you want to get with someone. You want that spark, you want that feeling, like, and I feel like you're sacrificing that because you're looking at him kind of on paper. You're looking at him as what he has to offer, what he's willing to give to you, what he's able to provide. But I feel like for him, you'd be settling. And honestly, I think you'd be settling for this person too. But this person makes you feel more. This person makes you feel more excited, more passionate, more attractive, more appealing, more sexy. Like, and I think that's because you are a little more attracted to CJ than Alex, honestly. But I'm almost getting from Spirit that like neither of them are it. Neither of them are 100% it. That you'll be sacrificing something, some part of your connection for both relationships. They're not exactly what you need, interestingly enough. They both come with their own issues, and I almost hear you saying if I could combine them and make them one person, they would be perfect. Like if I could take some of this person and some of that person and put them together, they would be the perfect person. But I do want to say that, like, if they were the perfect person for you and you weren't going to be settling, you probably wouldn't be choosing between the two in the first place. So you have to kind of sit with yourself and decide for yourself, like, who has been more loyal and who has been more about me and more committed to me, and who has been more someone that I feel like I could have as a life partner. And if you can say CJ, great. If you can say Alex, great. Maybe go down that road and explore a little bit more with that. I'm a strong believer that the grass is greener where you water it. So if you put more energy into one of them that you're trying to split yourself into two to do, I feel like it's very possible you'll find gold. But you can't continue to divide your energies like this and expect to be able to make a decision. So you basically have to be okay with cutting off either one of them or both of them and maybe see what happens. But I do feel like with the situation, I feel like your heart is more in this situation, but there's more risk here. There is more risk of you getting hurt. So that is what I have for you, Paula. Hopefully that helps you a little bit somehow, some way. Thank you so much for the donation. Next up, we have Nyasia. Nyasia for a in-depth reading. SB added to hers. Okie dokie smoky. SB, I got it. Thank you. You're welcome, Paula. Of course, of course. Thanks for coming back in. It's getting a little hot in here. Nyasia. It's Nyasia here. Nyasia, we are ready for ya. Hey, girl. Hey. Go ahead and post when you're ready. Hey, Nasia, sorry about that. I was taking that time while you were typing to go say goodnight to Brennan real quick. All right. I need like a more comfy chair. The chair that I sit in is so like hurts my butt. It's not comfy at all. All right, do you still see the staffing company I reached? Do you still see the staffing company reaching out? Good night, Brennan. Do you see regrets with them? Shoot, card just fell. I don't know why the curiosity of this job is still lingering. Yeah. I actually found one that I was obsessed with. I don't know if I'd still like it, but last year when I got this chair, it was from Office Depot. It was so nice, but I think it was like, I don't know. For some reason the numbers 3 and 6 are standing out to me, so it might have been like $300 or $600. Honestly, I don't know. Regardless, it's not the kind of money that I wanted to drop on a chair. You know what I mean? Like, not on a chair. But it is so uncomfortable. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this more comfy. I can imagine, though, that the job is still bothering you because, like you said, you prepped so hard for it. You put so much of your time into it. And, like, that's what sucks, honestly, about jobs is that they want you to put all this time in taking some kind of test. What is it called? Aptitude test, and they want you to take this survey and that survey, and they want you to apply through Indeed, but then also through their website, and then they want you to take a first interview and then a second interview. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, y'all are asking for a fuck lot for a company that's not going to pay me for my time. So far, I don't even know if I've gotten this job, and I've already put 3, 4, 5 hours into it of my own time for free. And there's fuck all we can do about it because it's their decision whether or not we get hired. And, like, of course, that's why we get pissed, because our time is money. And I don't know, it's just annoying. I just think it's absolutely the audacity of them to sit there and make you do this, and that, and follow-up interviews after follow-up interviews after follow-up interviews, applications out the ass, and then, like, go, oh, sorry, we'll keep your application on file. Like, that shit pisses me off. Because I'm just like, you do know what you're doing. Like, you do know that you're asking a lot of these people, and you're giving. My thing is have them apply once, have them have a first interview, maybe a follow-up. That's it. Maximum amount of time, 2 hours, and still that's asking a lot of someone to give you 2 of their hours for free. Either that, or if you want really in-depth shit, then pay them for it. Like, I just don't see how anybody would want to put themselves through that. It's like craziness. The good chairs are a lot. I don't blame you. I was 400. I was cringing but had to do it because I work remote. Back is killing me. Yeah, I feel that. I had to do 3 rounds, met with like 3 to 5 people with each session, going through that process for a month. Long ass application process, long ass hiring process. Apparently 2K people applied. It was down to 2 people, and 2K people applied. 2,000 people applied, and they only had 1 spot to fill. That is crazy. It was down to 2 people, and I wasn't chosen because I wasn't in a state that they had a facility in. It was It was a damn remote role. I'm actually wondering myself, Naija, if maybe they plan for it to be a hybrid situation at some point and they want the flexibility of hiring someone who's local, because that actually happened to a friend of mine. She was fully remote when she got hired, but she had to be near one of their locations because eventually they had plans to make her commute again. And she recently had to start doing that 2 days a week. Um, so yeah, that's insane. Well, girl, I'm actually fucking even more impressed that you even did that, because the top 2 out of 2,000 people, that's insanity. All right, Spirit, do we still see the staffing company reaching out? Do we see the staffing company reaching out to Naija, please? Interesting. I am kind of getting, honestly, which I'm surprised because my ego when I was shuffling was kind of like, yeah, probably not. And I was like kind of mentally prepared to tell you no. But this judgment card has me going, wait a second. Because judgment is all about trying to get forgiveness, trying to rewrite the story, trying to apologize. It can also talk about like second guessing, um, and feeling the need to clear the air or or go back and like change things. So that judgment card has me questioning for real. They don't need me remote, I asked. Okay, that's good. My first interview was with the VP. She mentioned that I wasn't in the state that they had an issue with, but I asked if it was an issue. She said, no, of course. I don't know why they interviewed me if my location was an issue. You're about to ask an interview question too. Well, bring them on. Bring them on. So yeah, this has got me questioning, Naija, that they're gonna come back and try to fix this with you. I do feel that. That's what the judgment card is all about. It's about the choices you make and the consequences of your actions, and the deep desire to rewrite the story or get forgiveness or clear the air. I feel like you put all the effort required through the application process that they like, I don't know. I'm hearing the word like deserve. I feel like there was so many positive traits that they saw in you, that you were determined, that you were actively pursuing this position as well. And I almost feel like you made a positive impact, like either on a few or more than a few of, there's someone here during the interview process that you made a positive connection with. And I feel like, I don't know, something tells me to keep going back to you. They keep going back to you. I feel like he's assessing and I'm saying he for some reason, and I don't know why I'm saying he. That just kind of came through. I've done that like once or twice tonight and last night, that like these random like pronouns will come through for some reason. But I feel like there's someone, and it might be a he, that is assessing their choices or the choices that were made on behalf of the company and trying to see if better decisions can be made. So I do feel like this is a green light, at a minimum a yellow light, but a green light that they're coming back around. You interviewed in the mirror. They asked hard questions and came back with hard questions. Yeah, I think it was one of the VPs. I interviewed with one man. He was a VP. Interesting. I don't know where the he came from. To be honest, there's mostly women in this reading. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 2 nights. So I don't know where the he came into play, in all honesty, but I'm hearing a he, I guess. So, okay, so let's kind of go further here. Spirit, do you see regrets that they chose the other person? Oh, it was all women in... Oh, God, all women in one man. That is funny. Do you see regrets in them choosing the other person? I don't know. I don't think it's regrets. I just don't think they think it's as good of a fit as they thought it was going to be. But that doesn't necessarily mean regrets. It just means they had higher hopes for this candidate than what actually is happening right now. So I'm almost hearing like I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily regrets. But I feel like they thought this person was going to be a better fit than they actually are. And maybe they're second guessing whether they should have hired you then. Like, I feel like there's kind of been like conversation or thoughts going, well, we thought they were going to be better for the role than what they actually are. And in that case, we probably should have chose her. So they're kind of like in this weird place. I don't know. It doesn't feel regretful. It almost feels like comparative. Like it almost feels like, what is this? Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I feel like Spirit's trying to tell me right now, but it's not coming through properly. I just feel like they're a little bit disappointed the way that this person is. I don't think this person lied either, but I do feel like maybe they made themselves a little bit better or a little bit more personable or a little bit more qualified, or I don't know. There's something here that was like made him. Is it a him? Is the guy that beat? Is it a person? Is it a man that beat you out? They go for a male? I don't know. There's just something here that's like it's not exactly what it seemed to be. And now I'm wondering if all the reasons we chose this person, there it is, all the reasons that we chose this person over Nyasha, and now this person's not meeting that expectation or that goal, then why did we choose him over her? It's weird. I don't know. But it doesn't feel regretful. It's kind of like just saying, well, this person had these strengths over her, and that's why we chose him. But it's turning out that he actually doesn't have these strengths. And so that sucks because maybe Naija would have been a better fit. But at this point, he's qualified enough. So I guess we just have to let it ride. Like, that's kind of what I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit. That was the full message. Oh, so you weren't sure. You weren't sure if it's a guy or a girl. Yeah, I just man keeps coming through for some reason. Um Yeah, I just feel like this person initially felt a strong sense of like I guess confirmation. Like the person that was hiring this person felt like an initial strong sense of contentment. They were like, "Yes, this is it. This is the person." And they felt like this, I don't know, this like conviction, I guess, that this was the right move. And now it's kind of faltering a little bit. I feel like they were looking for a smoother path and the easier one. And I don't know, I think it's kind of biting them in the ass a little bit. I do feel like there's been recent developments or shifts in these circumstances that has them second guessing. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not guilt. Okay, Naisha, it's not guilt, it's second guessing. Or sorry, it's not regret, it's second guessing. It's not, thank you. I'm like, it's not, I'm like, wait, that doesn't sound right. It's not how you worded it. You said, do they regret it? It's not regret, but it's second guessing. I don't feel like they fully regret hiring this person. I don't feel like they're here going, oh, we're going to fire this person or anything like that. I just feel like there's kind of like some deliberation going, did we really in the end make the best choice? I don't know. Thank you, Spirit. I'm not sure. Maybe it was man. Yeah, maybe so. But yeah, so that's what I've got for you, Asia. Interesting. Sometimes when like I have trouble with Spirit trying to tell me something, I have to like write it down. And that's where the automatic writing comes into play when I do channelings, because I feel like sometimes it's just so much information and I'm just like, what is it? And then and then I also lose my train of thought sometimes because I'm trying to focus so hard that it just goes away. Like I have it and then it just disappears. I'm like, no, where did it go? Okay, so you sent for a BOGO. Let me see. Oh, did you really, Naisha? I'm sorry. Hold on. I must have missed it. Oh, dang. Yeah, I don't think they sent me an email for it. It was on Cash App. I take it. Yeah, I don't think that they sent me a notification for that. Oh, it says it's pending. It says it's pending. Sorry about that. I think that's why I didn't get a notification. But yeah, Naisha, what's your next question, girl? After Asia, we have Denise. Denise, if you're ready to post your question, you can. All right, let me think. What are we in? We're in Virgo. Naisha, you said you were an air sign, I think. Are you a Libra? Am I completely wrong? Awesome. All right. We are nearing Nyasia's birthday. Solar return. What does Spirit want Nyasia to know? Damn, these are some strong cards. I'm kind of doing like a pairs situation because I want to get like more details here. All right, first things first. Very drawn to this little area over here. I'm getting that. So Nyasia, here's the thing. You're a hard worker. You're a very hard worker. I feel like, I don't know, you might not be on the cusp. I think you might be a little bit far out to be a cusp baby, but I do feel like Virgo influences your chart quite a bit. I feel like you're an incredibly hard worker, and I do feel like Spirit is wanting to kind of give you that little hope, which is hard to come by. I feel like these days, in these unprecedented times, that the things that you're wanting are coming to fruition. So very like earth dominant. Okay, that makes sense. The things that you want are coming to fruition, but with this pairing, it's making me feel as though it's important right now that you kind of don't splurge, which I don't know if that's something that you're even considering doing. I definitely think it's great to treat yourself, especially around your birthday, but more specifically, let other people spoil you. Um, Spirit's kind of saying, like, watch your money, watch your spending. You may feel a little bit impulsive and want to just like buy things. And I feel like Spirit is saying, please, please, please do not do that right now. Reserve your money, reserve your funds. I don't know if this is a time that you'll be able to save or anything. I feel like right now it's hard probably for you to actually save money, but basically Spirit is saying if you can't save, hold on to it. I need to watch my damn spending. Oh my god, you're so right about splurging. 5 cat placements. Holy shit. 4 Libras. God dang, that's crazy. So Nyasia, you know all about hard work, but also the need for balance, right? So you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it in your body when you're like doing too much, okay? You're gonna know. You're gonna have this little voice inside of you that's gonna go, maybe you shouldn't buy that right now. Maybe you should just put that in your wish list or in your cart and come back to that later. It is hard. It's hard to save, but yeah, Spirit's just saying like if you can't save, just hold on to what you've got. Let's see. You've been listening to yourself more about spending, okay? Because they are saying that they are telling you, like you're getting this intuition about when you should and when you shouldn't. Okay, good. So with the King of Cups in the Sun, embrace Hmm. Saying embrace emotional balance and maturity in your relationships, but balance that with fun. Do you feel like you're having fun in your relationships? Do you feel like you're enjoying each other, or when you come together, it's for a reason? Like, are you spending quality time with people, or are you just trying to, like, have like a means to an end? Like, are you scheduling time with people just to accomplish something, or are you really saying, hey, let's spend time together? And I feel honestly like that's a message that I need for me, especially in this busy season of life. Naisha, your readings always resonate for me. Um, but I've been finding lately that the only time I'm spending with people is to like be a means to an end. So you're isolated. Okay. Um, so I feel like spirit is kind of trying to say get in there and have a little bit of fun. That's what you're here for. Yes. You need to spend quality time for those that are close to you and those in your life that are important to you. They're wanting you to take a little extra time with them right now, like as soon as possible. And so the time with your boyfriend, is that intentional time that you're spending, or is it just because they're around? Do you feel like you are taking the time out to spend time with them intentionally? Because if you are, that's great. That's a good start. But I do feel like spirit saying like get out there and have fun. You know, ask your mom to meet you out for lunch somewhere. Get some chips and queso and some margaritas with some friends, or um, you know, make a phone call. I just feel like spirit is saying that like it is not easy, and they understand that, because right now we're just so in the fog of the hustle. We're so like thinking about money, thinking about jobs, thinking about getting this done or that done day in and day out. It's like, what can I check off of my list? And we are losing that quality time with people that we need to be having. And so I feel like that's like a big thing spirit wants you to know. So maybe you can choose your solar return as your own personal new year and strive to create better relationships with people that are important to you. Aw, I'm glad. Trying to see if anything else is sticking out to me. So 8 of Cups here with the Hermit. You know, I do want you to know this goes like hand in hand with spending quality time with other people, but it's never a bad thing to also self isolate. I think you said that you have been kind of hermiting a little bit, and that's always good when it's going towards something productive, when it's recharging your batteries, when it's taking the time to reflect or check in with yourself and take care of yourself. And I mean that on a mental, emotional, and physical level. I mean, any level that you feel like you're lacking. So, the Hermit is here to say that self reflection and introspection will be valuable for your personal growth. And through that, you may realize some things that you need to let go of emotionally that aren't serving you anymore. Um, Now, of course, that's for you to determine, but yeah, I'm in a hustle mode, recharging, just reflecting. Like, that's the thing that makes it hard, is that when you're in hustle mode, you have no energy left to give to other people or other things. And because you're like, I just need whatever I got that's in my reserves. Like, I need to keep it for myself. And like, I totally understand that and get that. But that's not how we're not supposed to live that way. We're not supposed to live like with this hustle, like mentality of like get up, work all day, come home, relive, recycle, all that stuff. So the words right from you. So I think that if you can incorporate what you feel life is all about and more into your life, you might feel like the life you're living is worth it. And not in the morbid sense that you're trying to end things or whatever, but like in the sense that you feel more energized through actions of spending quality time with people or doing more that you love. Because what you're doing is you're recharging in a negative state versus a positive one. Do you get what I mean? Spirit is speaking right now. That is fucking mind blowing. I don't even know where the F that came from. I'm going to repeat that again. I have never known this before ever until just now. Spirit is saying there's a difference between recharging from a negative state from a positive state. So you can recharge in multiple ways. You can recharge from a crazy day, crazy busy day. You can self-isolate, you can be non-social, and you can recharge that way. But that is recharging from a negative state. You can also recharge by surrounding yourself with high vibe people, doing things that you love, spending time with people, quality time with people, paying attention to your interests or your creative hobbies, and that is recharging from a positive state. Spirit is on point. So, with that being said, Spirit is saying, which would you rather do? Which would you rather do? Both have pros and cons, but when you're constantly recharging from a negative state, you start to lose inspiration. And I think it's very important for you that you find ways in which to spend your time that recharge you, but also make you feel like this life is worth living. Hell yeah. I love that message. That was awesome. So that is what I have for you, Naija. Thank you so much. Aw, I'm happy to hear that. I loved that message. That was crazy. It's times like these that make me feel so happy that I do this. And less with spending, I know. Yeah, I'm kind of in that place too where I'm just like, I just need to live not within my means, but like below my means. And I think that I can catch up. I adore that message. Oh, I'm glad it resonated for you as well. It did. It's crazy. Naija, sometimes I feel like our life is like parallel and it's kind of wild. I know that it's not exactly the same, but a lot of times when I do readings for you, and probably mostly just for you, I find that I'm getting also like little postcards of inspiration for me as well, which I really like. Below our means, below it. All right, so Denise is next. Denise, if you are here, please check in with me. After Denise, we have SB, and then I will be signing off for the night. All right, so it looks like Denise said, I'm about to ask an interview question too. There we go. Have a great night. Thank you, Naija. Will I get hired at Delta Airlines as a flight attendant in fall and winter? My application status changed to a status I had when I didn't get it last time. All right, Denise, let's see. All right. Well, Denise, you get hired at Delta Airlines as a flight attendant in the fall or winter of this year. Hmm. So I'm thinking of contacting them and letting them know I'm qualified. So, Denise, this is not a this is not an influential factor in your reading, but I'm just curious. So, there's a couple things I wanted to clarify. The first thing was, am I to understand correctly that you have tried to become an flight attendant before and you didn't get it, and now you're attempting to do it again? Is that right? This is your fourth time. So, okay. So, what I'm hearing is that you are a proactive, adventurous spirit. You like to pursue job opportunities that allow you to do new things, try new things, get yourself out there. Um, I feel like you feel like this is a good fit for you as far as like what benefits there are with this position. The question that I have, because I do have the Four of Cups here, is it says like you might be feeling somewhat disinterested or discontent with this current situation, which is influencing what's going on right now. And my question is like for you, and you don't have to answer it to me, but do you feel like because you have dreams and wants and things that you want to do, and you feel like this is the way to achieve that goal, do you really want the job itself, or are you just trying to get something from it that you feel a job like this would get you? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Because I'm kind of getting the sense almost like there's this, I don't know if there's another way to get what you're looking for, but I'm almost hearing like spirit say like this. You do. And you said that you really want this job in particular. I'm trying to understand why there's this doubt. There's like this disconnect and dissatisfaction, and I think that it's very obvious that if you keep trying and it's not working, that would obviously be the disconnect or discontentment and dissatisfaction. Obviously, anyone would feel that way. Let me keep going. Hold on. Now, have you only applied? Okay, this might be where I'm trying to link this and understanding. Have you only applied with Delta specifically? I'm getting kind of like you may need to like refine your like I guess options, like maybe seek outside of this airline. There's something here about like this specific one. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I do I do think you should make your final attempt. I hear spirit saying continue with this path, but maybe just don't give up. Maybe spirit is saying, because I don't know, I was feeling it's like some discontent and dissatisfaction. I'm like, what is this? Why is she feeling this way? If she really wants this job, what is this? but it makes me wonder if like maybe spirit is saying like don't let this stop you. Like if it doesn't work, don't, like, try other things, try other options and other ways in which to make this work. I see that you have applied to other airlines. I'm trying to like get a yes or a no here. I might have to pull a couple more cards. I just feel conflict here in what it is that you want. Like there is a block that's happening here and I don't know why. This could be competition. You do have the potential to find the job that suits you well. I just feel like there's a lot of challenge here and competition for some reason. Yeah, competitive position. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me pull a couple more cards. Will she get hired at Delta Airlines as a flight attendant this fall or winter? All right, I am getting a yes. I'm getting Ace of Pentacles. Most of these cards that I have here are yeses as well. A lot of times when there's like conflicting answers, it could mean that you're going to get it, but maybe not within the time frame that you have asked. And so that may be because, you know, spirit wants to hear like you ask the questions very black and white. So like if you say, am I going to be with this person and it's going to happen in November and we're going to get married and we're going to have kids, like spirit's like, how the fuck do I answer that question? Because yes, no, yes, yes. Like, so basically, like when you ask a question, you say like, am I going to get hired at Delta Airlines as a flight attendant? That should be kind of like the statement. And then if you get a yes or a no, then you say, is it going to happen in fall or winter? Then that could be yes or no. But overall, though, you have a lot of yes cards. I do feel like it is. It's a great card. It's a great card to get. I'm not going to lie. Ace of Pentacles is freaking amazing to get for this question. Absolutely. Financial new beginning, new financial opportunities, new job, new money. So, you know, Denise, I feel more confident than not to say you are going to get this job. Now, do I feel 100% confident in saying it's going to happen in the fall and winter? I'm a little less confident, but I do feel like you have the opportunity to be a flight attendant. And I feel like Spirit is saying, regardless, don't get discouraged. I see that you said you want to retire there. So does that mean that Delta is the only place you'd want to retire from, the company? Oh, okay. This is a tough one, girl. This is tough. I feel like what you want to happen is going to happen. I understand that it's been a rough road and you've hit hardships and you've had challenges, and that you said it's a highly competitive job here. This specifically talks about competition. But there's just so many other positive cards here that, like, as a reader, trying to pull from wherever I get information from, it feels like this is going to happen for you. They're the best to retire with. Makes sense. Well, just so you know, Denise, just because you start, I mean, you look young, you look really young. I don't know, I could be wrong. But just because you start, and I've never been a flight attendant, so you could call me out and say you're completely wrong. But I feel like even if you start with one company, if it's not exactly the one you want to retire from, like, couldn't you just eventually work for them at some point and start off with someone else that's willing to give you a shot? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Maybe retirement would be you have to work for them for a certain amount of years before you can retire. And you're like, I don't want to waste any time. I don't really know how that works. SB, you can post your question. I got you. I got you. It's best to start now. Makes sense. Well, Denise, I just saw when you said yes. That's a perfect card. It really is. And I'm sending you lots of love and encouragement and hope and support for you that you can get this time around because I'm sure, would you say the fourth time or something? I'm sure, like, for you, you're just kind of like, give me the job already. But at the same time, you got to think to yourself too. There are a lot of people that are in your position that are also hoping the same thing, and maybe this is their fifth or sixth time, and so it's highly competitive. But I do feel intuitively you're gonna get it. You're gonna work there. You're gonna get what you're looking for. Good. I'm so glad this made you feel better. Oh, that's all I want. That's all I want as a reader is for you to walk away feeling better. Perfect, Denise. I would love to hear back about how things are going for you. All right. You're welcome, Denise. Last but not least, we have SB. SB is doing a BOGO and a mini, and then we are going to end this thing. We are at 3 hours. I must be moving kind of slow tonight. I must be. All right. SB says, I'm feeling good about love, slowly opening up to dating soon. Where will I meet my next boyfriend? Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. Listening to love songs more used to cringe. That's when you know your heart chakra is opening up. Where will SB meet her next boyfriend? Okay, hear me out. This sounds kind of crazy, and I absolutely 1000% could be wrong. But I don't know. Do you have like an LGBTQ community that you support? Are you in it, or do you have people like friends that are in it that you would go and support, or are you in support of LGBTQ at all? I think you're straight. I think you said you're straight, but just out of curiosity, because I'm getting like the reason I'm coming to this conclusion is because we have the 10 of Cups, which talks about just like love is love. You also have like the rainbow, which is very like identifying of the LGBTQ community. And we also have the Hierophant in reverse, which talks about challenging traditions and unconventional lifestyles, unconventional relationships, reversed roles, nonconformity. So these two cards together give off very LGBTQ vibes. And it makes me wonder if like you're going to meet this person at a like a pride event where you are supporting a friend and he is supporting a friend and you guys kind of meet there, or I don't know. I'm not getting, I feel like with the Hierophant in reverse, and I could be way off base. So, yeah, supporting LGBT, that's what I'm saying. Like, you might go and do something like a friend might say, hey, they're having like an LGBTQ event downtown. Would you want to come with me? And like, you might go, sure. Like, I'll support you and let's go. And I don't know, like something is like telling, or you maybe a coworker invites you to one. This is just giving very like LGBTQ community vibes. And I know that you're not in that community, but you could go as a supporter, and like this person that you meet could go as a supporter, and this could be your next boyfriend. But but I have been working in San Fran in the last 2 weeks. Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Like something's just giving that vibe to me, and I don't know why. But the Hierophant is kind of like you're not meeting at a church, you're not meeting at a country club or anything like that. I just feel like anywhere that's not conservative is generally where you're going to be going. It could just be like an LGBTQ event that's like, oh, we're doing karaoke downtown, everyone's going to be there. Or, in town, in the city, wherever the heck you go. And you go like, oh, cool, like, let's go do karaoke. That will be fun to support the community or whatever. And like, this could be your server that you meet that just has to be there for the event. And they're not necessarily a part of that community, but they're there. And that's how you meet them. I don't know. I'm just getting like those vibes for some reason. Shit, no freaking way. That's crazy. That is crazy. Girl. Yeah, I almost feel like this person kind of comes in unexpectedly and by surprise. And I think the reason why this person's going to come as a surprise to you, even though you're getting this reading right now, which might not be as much of a surprise, but I do feel like it's going to be like, hey, I never thought I would meet someone at something like this at a friend's house that is gay and probably has like a lot of queer people coming in. I thought that I would be meeting friends, not necessarily someone that I would be interested in. I think it would kind of catch you off guard and catch you by surprise. I do feel like where you meet them is like a place that brings a strong sense of joy and maybe even like an emotional feeling. And that could be just because you are supporting love is love, you know what I mean? And that could bring about feelings of joy and happiness, and feeling like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I feel like, let's see. I also feel like you might meet them. Whatever they're saying is like it's not conventional. So the way that you normally think you would meet someone through like online dating or something like that, where like it's normal now to like do that, I don't feel like that's what you're doing. It's something non-traditional or non-conventional in the way in which you meet this person. I think it's like a chance encounter, maybe a social event or a party is kind of what I'm getting. Oh, he's your barista? Aw, that's cool. Dang, a friend that can make good drinks, sign me up. I don't even drink coffee, but sign me up. They're also kind of saying that another like kind of indication that you're going to be meeting this person is when you're doing something new, when you're exploring new horizons, and doing something kind of maybe out of your comfort zone. Or I guess it wouldn't necessarily, I mean, it might be out of your comfort zone, but maybe not necessarily like makes you uncomfortable, but doing something that maybe you haven't done before or you're not incredibly familiar with. He's leaving the job, but I promised to visit him on Wednesdays. Oh, dang, he's leaving the job. Is he going to do something better than what he's doing now? Definitely feel like a social gathering. We have the Three of Pentacles here again, which means that people bring you guys together. Yeah, so that's coming through again. You said maybe when I'm in San Fran, because honestly, I've loved working there lately, even though I won't be there all the time moving forward. He said he'll be there on Wednesdays. Oh, okay. So he's still going to come. Okay, got you. So he's not like leaving. It's also possible with the Queen of Swords that when you guys get together, you guys are meeting where people are doing something of common interest. So Queen of Swords is like very intellectual. So like you might be meeting them in a setting where these qualities are valued. The common interests that you might have are valued. So there could be something that you're doing. I don't know why. Something it's coming to mind is like a salon. I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but like a salon is where like people with like-minded interests get together and talk about things that they feel are important or that matter to them, and that may look differently now. It may not be like super intellectual. I think that's generally the thing, but I feel almost like it's like where people come together with common interests and communicate on those topics. I definitely feel, generally speaking, though, it is a down to earth environment. Very communal here. It could even be a party. It could be I don't know. I just keep being social gathering. I know you said 10 cards. I pulled 10 cards, but I just keep getting like repeating themes. And I think at that point, that means that the message is done. It feels like through mutual friends, somehow, some way like that. Well, I am glad that you've made a new friend. If you guys have not exchanged like contact information, maybe that would be good to do just to kind of see if, or maybe Instagram or something where you can kind of see what's going on and what's happening. So, what is your second question? Also, you were right about drama in the workplace and me feeling awkward. No shit, that's crazy. Do you want to elaborate on that at all? I actually remember that because I remember you saying, is it drama that involves me? And I was like, no, I just think you're going to be hearing some drama. Girl, they hired someone with me and she was not doing good. It got awkward. Oh no, she just quit? Oh shit, oh damn. Yikes. All right, how will things go with SB's job moving forward? That's supposed to be upright. Damn, do I have some cards mixed up in here? What the hell? Somehow some of my cards got mixed up. All right, I'm gonna remember that and we'll see what comes out again. Yes, oh my god, it was torture to hear. She just didn't care. That's so uncomfortable. Oh my gosh. Do you think they're gonna hire someone to replace her? Or do you think they're gonna just try to ride with what they've got? Ten of Cups in reverse. Cups in reverse. Oh my gosh, all my cards are looking crazy. Maybe you're supposed to have some reversals in here because they keep trying to come out. So I'm just going to let it. You know, sometimes people just don't take pride in their job. It just, it just depends. My experience has been the younger generations feel that way. I am a millennial and they see the struggle that we are having and they probably think to themselves, well, I don't want to live that life, so I'm not going to try very hard. And they're probably thinking to themselves a lot of AI and robots and all this shit is like gonna take over my job at some point anyway, so why try? They probably feel a little, I can resonate with that. They probably feel a little bit maybe jaded, I guess, already. My boss is cool. He says he wants me to have work-life balance. That makes me happy to hear that. That's really good. So we're going to start off with this for now, and then I'm going to pull more cards. Oh, she was in her 40s. It's funny because I almost asked you that. I was almost like, is she older? Yeah, so I don't know for sure exactly what the deal was with that, but she could just be jaded. I do feel like here with the Ten of Pentacles, it's suggesting and representing financial stability, wealth, and long-term success, that your job has the potential to provide you with a secure future. I feel like only you would understand, but the Nine of Swords, it could just be you needing to get acclimated a little bit more with your job, and maybe feeling like there's still some things to learn, or you still haven't felt like you've gotten your rhythm down, but that's to be understood. I do feel like your strengths are being noticed. I feel like your confidence and your ability to adapt and easily and things like that are coming through as a strong suit. Here with the Queen of Wands, I feel like your boss really likes you still.
I feel like they feel like you handle things, even in stressful situations, you handle things with like a calm sense of like stability. Like you don't freak out over things and you don't make big scenes and big fusses about stuff. You're really good under pressure. You have like good composure under pressure. I do feel like there's the ability to grow in this job. There's the potential not only for the stability long term, but there's also the ability to grow within this job. So I feel like promotions, there's options for promotions and raises here. One thing that Spirit is saying is to not let this job affect your overall happiness or satisfaction in a negative way. So when he says that work-life balance is what he would like you to achieve, don't say, so for example, if your boss or someone says like, hey, can you work an extra shift this week? And you say, yeah, I can do that just fine. But then they're like, okay, now that you've worked that extra shift, can you also work another shift? Be okay saying no. It's okay to want to prove yourself, but you have to set the right temperament in the beginning, that you're also not someone who's going to get walked all over. And I feel like your boss means what he says when he says he wants you to have like a good work-life balance. I do agree with that. That's all what the Queen of Pentacles is all about, is a good work-life balance. But don't allow yourself to get like sucked up into trying to overachieve or over appease. It's okay to do it once or twice, but don't let it become a habit. That's actually a little bit of what I was saying. That's actually kind of crazy. 10 of Swords. You don't want to feel exhausted, at rock bottom, burnout, or anything along those lines. There is something coming through about your leadership role, that you have the capacity to lead and take charge. So you may rise up quicker than other people who have been there longer than you. I don't necessarily think that's going to come with hate or jealousy, but I do think that there is a potential factor here for that. So just keep that in mind, that you might be the newer person, you might be more green, but because you have the ability and capacity to lead and take charge, they might see you as a leadership role and they might want you to take on more responsibility over someone who has been there for a long time and feels like they've earned their stripes. And this might lead to a sense of jealousy. I don't think it's necessarily going to cause drama, but I think that's going to put you in a position of like maybe discomfort and feeling like, do I go ahead and take this, or do I let them give it to someone who's more deserving? So just keep that in mind, that they are viewing you as someone who's like a leadership type of role. You're right, I didn't. As soon as I do, I'm out of there. So yeah, that is what I've got for you, girl. How can I help you for your mini reading? Hey, Alfred Armstrong, thank you for joining us and for being here. I do have to let you know that my free list is closed for the night. So you can always come back the next time I go live. I go live pretty often, a couple of times a week.
And as long as you're here early, within the first 15 minutes of the live stream, you have the chance of a free reading. But my list is closed for the night. I won't put up with BS anymore. That's good. No worries. No need to apologize, Alfred. Thank you for asking, though. All right. Last reading of the night. You've been here for over 3 hours. Mamacita's getting tired. All right. Curious to know why B is very interested in my personal love life. Ooh, interesting, interesting. Why is B very interested in SB's personal life? Why is B interested? I'm very interested in the Tower and why that came out at the same time as the Knight of Wands. I almost feel like he's, I don't know why the word hyperventilating is coming through, but I think he's being a little dramatic. But I feel as though it's like him feeling like he's missed his chance, that someone's just going to swoop in and take you off your feet or sweep you off your feet. And then all of a sudden, chaos, destruction, upheaval, disaster, chaos, all that stuff. I probably already said that. It's going to come through. And like, I feel like he is worried about that. I feel like he's interested in your personal life because he actually is interested in you. I feel like they have a strong desire. This card talks about like dedication and devotion. I tell him bits, but it's none of his business. You know, this card talks about like, I have a one-track mind. I'm very focused. I'm dedicated. I'm devoted. And sometimes that can come with a silent devotion that you guys don't actually talk about, and him feeling like silently dedicated to you. And, you know, this card represents determination and drive. So it may suggest that your crush is motivated to know more about your personal life because they have a strong desire to get closer to you or progress their relationship with you. That may be why. I do feel like if it's like a sudden interest, I also want to view this separately, because if it's like a sudden interest that you're just like all of a sudden, why are you like all up interested in wondering about this? It could be because he is having like recent revelations in regards to you when it comes to you. Interesting. I feel like there's also, we have to keep in mind that he still is crushing on you. And so that's obviously going to come with a keen interest in what is going on in your life in every aspect. But there is that like hidden jealousy that's coming through in regards to your love life he wants to know about. And I feel like the more secretive you are, the more it's driving him crazy. I feel like it's possible they may have a gut feeling. We have the High Priestess leading them to want to uncover more about your personal life to better understand what's going on. Because maybe they're fear or their gut instincts or something has been saying like SB is pulling away from me. We cannot discount or underrate the ability that us pulling our energy away from someone will do, because you can be in no communication and your energy can be on them so strong and they know it and they can feel it. And the second count, the second that you go, you know what, I'm going to stop putting my energy on this person and I'm going to start putting it on myself, or I'm going to put it on this new person that I've met, they can feel it, they can sense it, and no communication has been had to prove that, but they can feel it. And like, it's important that we don't discredit what pulling your energy away from someone can do. It's insane. It's like, and that's why whenever you're talking to someone new or you're interested in someone new, these old exes keep coming back around because they know it. They can feel it. They can feel how your energy has shifted. And they might not even realize how they know or why they know. But that's why girls are just like, why is he always coming around when I'm talking to someone new? Because he knows, bitch, because he knows. So I feel like for you personally, he feels the energy has been pulled from him, whether or not you're talking to someone new or you're putting that energy back into yourself. He's feeling it and he knows it. He just doesn't know how or why he knows it. And it does indicate that he has more feelings and deeper feelings than he has declared and expressed to you. Someone who's not interested in you and doesn't want to be with you is not going to care about your love life, and they're not going to care to ask either. Awesome. I'm so happy for you, SB. All right, girl. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. You're very welcome. Thank you guys. Everyone who's hanging out in here. I don't even know who's still here and who's not, but I do appreciate all of your donations, your contributions, your support, your questions, just everything. This evening has been a wonderful live stream. I've really enjoyed myself. I hope you guys have too. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here, and I will see you guys next time.